This Positive Vibes segment takes us to the United Kingdom, and a headline that would read like something out of a mythical or mystical book. A life-changing eye implant helps blind patients read again. This is a story published on the BBC's news site by Fergus Walsh, the BBC medical editor. I'm going to read a couple of excerpts and then just give you, I think, an important perspective on not just this research and this medical device revolution, and the meaning behind it, but also what it could mean for technologies still to come. A group of blind patients can now read again after being fitted with a life-changing implant at the back of the eye. A surgeon who inserted the microchips in 5 patients at Mooresfield Eye Hospital in London says the results of the international trial are, quote, astounding. Sheila Irvine, 70, who is registered blind, told the BBC it was out of this world to be able to read and do crosswords again. Quote, it's beautiful, wonderful. It gives me such pleasure, end quote. The technology offers hope to people with an advanced form of dry age-related macular degeneration called geographic atrophy, which affects more than 250,000 people in the United Kingdom and 5 million worldwide. In those with the condition, which is more common in older people, cells in a tiny area of the retina at the back of the eye gradually become damaged and die, resulting in blurred or distorted central vision. Color and fine details are often lost. The new procedure involves inserting a tiny 2 millimeter square photovoltaic microchip with the thickness of a human hair under the retina. Patients then put on glasses with a built-in video camera. The camera sends an infrared beam of video images to the implant at the back of the eye, which sends them to a small processor to be enhanced and made clearer. The images are then sent back to the patient's brain via the implant and optic nerve, giving them some level of vision again. Now, the patients do have to spend months learning how to interpret the images generated by this technology. This is the first implant that's been demonstrated to give patients meaningful vision that they can use in daily life, such as reading or writing. It is a major advance. Now, there are some limitations to this, we should point out. Number one, the trials are not expected to help those with conditions where the optic nerve itself, which sends signals from the retina to the brain, is not functioning. So that is one limitation, and in some cases, that is the source of blindness. Dr. Peter Bloomfield, who's the director of research at Macular Society, says the results are encouraging and fantastic news for those who have no other treatment options when the optic nerve is not affected. Artificial vision, as he calls it, may offer a lot of hope to many, particularly after previous disappointments in the world of dry AMD treatment. Now, Dr. Bloomfield says, we're watching to see if the Prima implant will be approved for use across the United Kingdom and, crucially, whether it will be made available through the National Health Service. This gets into coverage questions, of course. But the expectation is that it may be available within, quote, a few years, is how it's quoted in this story. It's possible the technology could be used to help people with other eye conditions in the future. So this is an amazing story. It's all over the conventional news. We don't often cover news of the day, but I do think this represents a larger trend in medical research, which is why I wanted to highlight it for this segment. There has been a lot of amazing medical work done in extending human life, in prolonging death from cancer, from heart disease, from organ failure, from any number of other disorders. But there hasn't been a ton of breakthrough discoveries in recent years that help extend the quality of life in patients who have all kinds of degenerative issues, including issues like losing eyesight. Now, we don't know how successful ultimately these trial results will end up being, but the fact that we're seeing enough positive outcomes to start reporting the positive effects on the lives of a few of these folks. And this is a disorder that particularly affects older people around the world. And we know people are living longer in general. The focus of medical research is increasingly shifting to how to make those years that medical science has made possible of a higher quality. Because it's one thing to live into your 70s, 80s, or 90s, but it's another thing if the last 5 to 10 years of those lived years are spent with severe disabilities or without much quality of life. One could argue that a life lived at high health to 70 is potentially a better or more comfortable life than one lived to 85, where 10 of those years were spent with a significant degree of discomfort and pain, loss of function, loss of motor skills. So I am looking forward to more stories like this, where we find medical research coming up with breakthroughs to not just extend life, but to increase the quality of it. And hopefully this is the first of many like this to come soon. And there's a lot in the pipeline that I think fit a similar success metric of increasing the quality of the years lived. Love these segments, and you've all been sending me some great ideas. Keep them coming. You can reach me at info@brianjmatos.com. You can also reach out to me on any of my social media channels. This is group participation here, so I love to read all these stories. I love it when you send it to me, and it seems like we're striking a chord with people who just want to hear some positive news and some positive trends in a world full of negativity. We'll keep them coming. You keep your ideas. And in the meantime, I hope you'll all stay positive.